Yes.
Bless you.
Back. Thank you
Very
so
happy
much.
with this, finally.
Look at that. How about that?
Classic
Classic
Cell. I've
Cell.
never actually seen this in real life.
You want it?
No.
Come on, you take it.
No. He'll send me. He'll send me
All
one.
right,
He'll
fine,
send me
fine.
one. This is dope. I like the beauty of it. The
Isn't it nice?
artistry. It is. Well, you got everything right.
By the way,
Beautiful.
shout out.
Oh, no, wait, twice?
You asked, right?
I just said, I demanded what I liked.
It's one of, I was gonna say it's one of the iconic celebrations, although you topped that one not that long ago. That's a great one.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you for coming in, Izzy. Good to have you. Man, there's so much to talk to you about.
Man, life.
Life.
Life is lifing right now.
How are you like on cloud nine? I saw on your Instagram you were like a little bit emotional even.
So me, again, you study documentary. I wear my heart on my sleeve, literally. It's my first tattoo, heart on my sleeve. But yeah, you know when you get like, someone plays a prank on you with a Coke bottle, they shake it?
Yeah.
And as soon as I went upstairs in the hotel, before everyone left for the premiere, I could feel myself just boom. See my mom in her beautiful gown, my dad in a suit, my family, all my loved ones. I could feel it. I was like, I'm about to cry. So I was like, I'll be fine. And then I'm in the car on the way to the premiere, and I can feel it. And then what did I play? Flights Booked from the CLB album. Oh no, from Honestly whichever album it was. And then
Shout out to Drizzy.
Drizzy the dog. Yeah. And then a few tears came out. And then that's kind of like just let the pressure off. And once you let that go, I'm like, okay, fine, it's cool. Because again, if you don't express it then, it'll come out somewhere else, whether, in the worst way. But yeah, I didn't want to be on the red carpet like sobbing, so I just let it out in the car, and I was like, all right, cool, we're good.
Yo, it was so good. First of all, congratulations to you, to Zoe, to the whole team.
Thank you.
As I was saying before you came in, I don't know if you heard.
I listened to the whole thing.
Love documentaries. That's my thing. I worked in the documentary department at HBO, my first job out of college. That was my thing, HBO Sports. The way it was shot is not like your typical documentary. It's like a movie.
Yeah.
That opening scene, I don't want to give away too much, but like, I love Wes Anderson. And it kind of reminded me of, Wes Anderson, Royal Tenenbaums?
Yep.
It reminded me of that. I'm like, what is this? Is he acting right now? But it's not acting. It is so well done. And I'm not trying to put down, I'm not trying to put down any MMA doc when I say this. I always thought that The Smashing Machine was the gold standard. That's the Mark Kerr documentary from like 2001.
Yep.
I think this might be number one now.
I think it is.
It's incredible.
It's not even like, even if I was not the protagonist of this movie, I feel like I would watch this and I'll recommend this, and not to be sexist, but to young men and just men in general. And again, you said, shout out to Jackie, beautiful to meet her last night.
Appreciate it, thank you.
She even resonated with it.
Yeah.
Anyone who's not even a fan of MMA or not even a fan of me, you can get something from this, because myself and Eugene as well, I'm so proud of him for being honest and open and raw. My parents, being expressive as they were, my brother, and Zoe, the way she shot it, she didn't want it to just be like a regular MMA documentary or a regular fight or boxing documentary. You wanted it to, like, your average Joe or soccer mom could watch this and get something from it. And I feel like it did that.
And what's amazing is she kind of started around the first Robert fight, right?
Yeah.
Because you're in the bus.
When they came. That's when they started filming. But shout out to Jeff St. Lair.
Yeah, there's some footage before.
Right there.
What's happening, Jeff?
My Jane Goodall.
What's crazy, though, is like that takes a lot of foresight, like I was talking about with Ash. You didn't feel any extra pressure here? Like, I need to...
Even before Ash, I knew I was going to do this.
You knew?
I knew, but then when I met Ash, we became friends, and then he believed in me, so he put the idea out there. I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about it forever, and I know I'm going to put bits of my life on screen, and yeah, now it's happened. But, foresight in the sense of like, it could go, which sometimes it does. Last time I was out here in MSG,
yes,
I thought I was gonna get revenge, and I didn't, and that's life. But it's all part of the story. Like I said, life is about the stories we tell ourselves, or the stories we tell to the world, and it's a beautiful one so far, and we're still writing.
When do you decide to like put a pin in the doc, right? Because this thing, it's been like 4 or 5 years. So how do you decide like this is when it's going to end?
How did I just? No, this one was, I think, the production company that did it had to, have an ending. So we did it at the end of the second Robert fight. Second Robert fight, we'll put the pin in it. But then now this last fight just happened, so you kind of had to, what happened.
Sure.
There's more to, I'm not even done. Still going.
Might do another one.
I mean, I will.
Okay.
I'll do another one. I want to do something like The Last Dance, but I'll probably do it after my career's over. So, yeah, like a docuseries, and yeah, we're still writing the story.
One thing that I was fascinated about, as someone who knows you, but also as a parent, what is it like when you're in there talking about your parents, sitting next to your parents, and it's not just you. Like in the doc, you say some stuff about your parents.
Yeah.
Again, not going to give away too much, but
Even Eugene, and he's right there.
yes, those two things are like, it's a little bit. You're like looking. Everyone's like super quiet when this happens because it's not like you guys are watching this in your living room. There's like a couple hundred people in the room as well. Is that awkward for you or is it awkward for them?
No, it's we've talked about this in real life, and also this is old news. You know, this is like stuff that we've already discussed, and we've openly
old news to
everyone
yourselves.
Else. Oh, to us, yes,
yeah,
us,
but not to us.
You guys are like, oh shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Are they all right? It's like, nah. I'm literally there with my mom right next to me, my dad right there, and I got my arm around my mom, and we're just we're just enjoying the movie, and we can laugh about it now. Yeah.
Was that their first time seeing it?
No, they already seen a rough cut about 6 months ago.
Okay.
This was the final where everything's polished and the proper footage from the UFC is in there and it's not like pixelated. You know, we had so shout out to them and shout out to Hunter as well for making that happen.
Nice photo over there of you guys.
Beautiful. My creators, my gods.
Look at that. Can we go back to the previous one though, because that
they're over 60?
They look fantastic.
They're beautiful.
By the way, I met your sister as well.
Yeah, both of them. They're awesome. Yeah.
It was only one there, or did I only?
Both of them were there. You probably met, I think, either Deb or Bulu.
The one that you were running with was the same one.
Oh yeah, Deb. Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a great energy. She's like a ball of fire.
She is. I know, but I know I'm the. Put it this way, I raise the family standards.
Okay.
My siblings.
I mean, I know David. Shout out to David. No, but the poster is fantastic. We just look at this.
It's beautiful. It's very beautiful.
What does this signify?
Art's expressive, it's subjective, and I remember where we shot this. It was in a hotel in Auckland, and this is Zoe's idea, I'm pretty sure, but it's just, look at this guy, a warrior in a garden.
Love it.
I just came up with that. I didn't make that up. It's literally just how I feel. It's a warrior in a garden, just chilling, serenity, zen, beautiful flowers around him, but you never know. Underneath the surface, he can do some things.
Absolutely. Was there ever a point where you were like, we're not filming this? Did you ever put your foot down with anything? It seems like they got great act.
Yeah, certain things I was like, yes, I did actually.
You did?
I won't bring this up, but
okay, you could if you want. Nah. All right, fine, no problem.
I was just twitching again.
Yeah.
But my brother, Jeff, being around, look, he's just like a fly on the wall. I didn't even realize he's filming. So he gets the best out of me. He gets the best out of me because he knows, like, he sees a lot, just being a fly on the wall. So he knows a lot about what I need to get going, or when to film me or when not to film me. And he knows when to catch things silently. Like, I don't want to say it in the movie, but that scene where in the car?
Yes.
I had no idea they were filming.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why it was really raw, and I was just like, yeah. I don't want to say too much. No spoilers.
No, I get it. I just want to ask you though, like, I can't watch anything that I do. Can't watch it. Like, I can never go. Is it hard to you to watch yourself like that?
Used to be, but I've accepted this is my life. This is just how it is. So again, I had to get used to it. I think China helped. When I moved to China for 10 months, I fought 24 times there. But China was like a crash course in being an athlete or being a superstar athlete. Even just walking out on the streets, like in the rural parts of China, I went to so many different cities and towns that I don't even know the names of. I'd literally be sometimes I'll land there, be in the hotel, go to the weigh-ins, back to the hotel, go to the fight, back to the hotel, and then back to the airport. And I'd have to I have the reigning record of playing, staring contests with old people in China. Because literally they'll be like, it look like they found Bigfoot or something. So being in China and then people after the fights mobbing you, saying what's up, cameras in your face, got me used to this life. So it was a crash course in being a superstar.
Okay. So you're comfortable with it? Even if there's there's nothing that made you a little bit uncomfortable?
Yeah, there was. A lot. But again, this is my life. Even there's certain bits, I don't want to give it away, but in the caravan, those bits. Yeah. That's
Love
shout out
that
to Janet as well. Shout out to Janet.
What a legend.
And also even me dancing in there, it's like little artistic breaks in the film. But like I said, it's just like, it's raw, it's expressive, it's something like different scenes, it's beautiful, but and people might not get it, but that's me. and that's me bearing my soul to the world. So I'm just like, here I am.
Yeah.
And I've already fortified myself to the point that when this comes out to the world publicly and all the critics, they're gonna love it. But there's always gonna be haters no matter what you do. It's gonna be like ching, 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 because I've been ready for this.
And by the way, speaking of that, because people have asked me, how can they watch this? I know it's going to be here in New York for a couple of days, but to the wider world, what is the plan there? Do you know what the plan is?
I think from what I know, there was a few people there. Some people from Netflix, Paramount.
So they bid on it? Is that how it works?
I think so. I think so. But I talked to my guy Andrew from Netflix yesterday, and I know that's like the standard, if you will. They're the most popular one in the streaming wars right now. And I know different countries has different shows and whatnot, but I don't mind Disney Plus, Hulu, Prime, Neon, Amazon, Netflix, whoever wants to put it out there. It's not even about money for me. It's more about just getting this out there. I feel like people need to see this, especially I say young men. And I'm not trying to fucking, what do you call it, preach oh, you need to be like me. I'm just saying nah, you need to watch this and understand that you can be a warrior in a garden and, still be able to, be a lamb and a lion.
Yeah. So, I was just talking about this with Ash. It's so interesting looking at you right now and seeing you yesterday, and you're on cloud nine, it seems, from the outside. You've got all this stuff going for you.
Yeah.
I will never forget, we were talking about it a couple weeks on the show. You came in on the Monday after the Alex fight, MSG, which still blows me away, right? After a loss of that magnitude for you, as someone who's been booking this show for a long damn time, people aren't coming in after title losses.
Yeah.
But you did, and it says a lot about you. And we walked out here, we left the studio, you said goodbye, your brother was there, Tim was there.
Yeah.
And then you walked, and I was looking at you, and you limped, and it was like the first time I saw you limp a little bit.
Really?
You were limping, and I didn't notice the limp in, and I don't know if you
from
let
the leg, yeah. Oh yeah, that's from my leg, yeah. It was hurt.
And I was watching you, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this game is so like." A week ago, you were in studio, you were the champ.
Yeah.
And now, I don't want to say I felt sad for you, but it was just it was a little bit sad.
It is. Yeah, it is.
We walked off limping without the belt.
It's like a lion going into the sunset, just
yes.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, we're about to have Ash in studio, and I'm live on the air.
Oh yeah.
And the JFK thing happens, and initially I don't really know, but I hear arrest, and I'm like, is this when?
What did he do? Finally, they got him.
I was like, is it all coming crashing down for this guy who was on top of the world literally 4 days ago?
It's crazy how life happens. Lose the belt, go to the airport, get arrested. First thing I did, shout out to the officers as well at the airport. They were all cool, apart from this one bitch. She was the one that was kind of and he's like, they were embarrassed because they were like, this is stupid. And they knew. They were like, it's the law. And then, but she was like, no, it's protocol. And you can see she was kind of enjoying it, but they're like, we have to put you in cuffs. He even looked at her like, really? And she's like, and they put me in cuffs, but still got a cool photo out of it.
Yeah.
And then first thing I did when I got into the cell was meditate for about 15 minutes. Because again,
they put you in the cell?
Yeah. It's just protocol, but about 45 minutes. But they were all like, what the fuck? What are you doing here?
They all recognized you?
Yeah, of course. And they were people started covering them like, oh shit, hey Israel. And they're like, what happened? Oh, we'll get you out of here as soon as possible. And they were like, to make this happen. But yeah, I mean, that's life. And I like these experiences, whether good or bad. It all happens for my benefit, in my favor.
You didn't have a moment there where you were like, holy fuck.
It's funny. In the cell, yeah. So the first thing I did, because again, I usually sit in the cell, and it's just, you see people graffiti on the wall, all that kind of stuff. And I remember just thinking wow, okay, this is crazy. I was just fighting in Madison Square Garden literally a few days ago, and now I'm in the cell in the airport. So I was like, right, sit there, and I just meditated, just to center myself again. And then from there, I was right, cool, what are we gonna do? And
it was brass knuckles, right?
Yeah.
Was it from the guy? Was it the guy who you rented the house from?
No.
It wasn't.
He gave me a samurai sword, which was on my dining table.
Was that in your bag too?
Nah, imagine that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
It can't fit that can't fit in my check-in.
Okay.
How did I bring that back? I mailed it back.
Okay.
I mailed that one back.
So that was just from a fan.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And this is why now I don't take gifts from fans, because also some people might be weird. They might put some juju or some weird things, you know? But shout out to fans. They're cool. And I think once they started to see I was taking gifts, guys would bring some guy brought an old sweatshirt.
What?
At one point I was just like, bro, this is Nike, I'm Puma. I just gave it back to him as an excuse. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a cool experience regardless. It's just part of life stories now. I can say I got arrested and put in cuffs.
Was that the only time you've ever been arrested?
Actually, no. 2010, I had a fight. It was me versus 4 dudes in Burger King on Queen Street in Auckland. But he was harassing my friend's girlfriend, and I just turned around and I was like, and I handled him. And then me and his friends, I handled them. And they put me in cuffs, right? Never throw a kick in a street fight, because then I slipped and I got up and I fucked the other dude up. But then when the cops came, put me in cuffs. And as it was walking me, I saw this guy with knuckle dusters actually try to hit me, and I stopped, and I was telling the officer, I didn't start this, and I stopped and went, whoop, and he swung and missed, and I looked at the officer and I was like, I told you. And that's why I don't have a criminal record, because they looked at the footage and realized I was just defending myself, and I was defending my friend and his partner because of some idiots. But yeah, that's the only time I've been arrested in America, and knock on wood, it's the last time I'll be arrested in America or anywhere in the world.
And so when you get back home, you've talked about the...
Calm down.
Yeah, the UFC debut. There you're on a high and you crash. Now you lose and you lose your belt. What is that crash like?
I didn't crash.
You didn't crash?
Nah, because I'm just surrounded by love. I was just surrounded by love. And I feel like, I felt this way recently as well, watching someone, Kai. So I was pissed off. I was really pissed off.
Yeah.
I didn't express it too much on camera. I just walked off because I was, man. And you know what's funny? You can go back and look at this. When they they have the judges at the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
I remember when I saw, because I was watching the fight, and I just saw, what's his name?
Chris
at
Lee.
the bottom. No, Chris at the bottom. He was at the bottom.
Yeah.
I didn't even see D'Amato, but I saw at the bottom. I was just like a note in my head was like, fuck, it doesn't matter. Kai's gonna fuck this dude up. He's gonna finish him. So we wouldn't need it. But I remember he was at the bottom, and then when the decision was about to be announced, I was just like, please don't do this to my boy. Look, after. Maybe not every fight, but after a decision like this, I demand. Hold up.
Put him on screen. Put him on screen. We're showing you from your freestyle bender account. There he is.
I need, like, the judges need to be held accountable, because Kai's got a baby on the way. He's a father to a beautiful boy. He's got his beautiful wife. Right now, I think he's in Tahiti with Henry. Luya de Cartier, my people. But they need to be held accountable, these judges, because they're taking the livelihood of great men, or and just, I won't say ruining their legacies, but just like, come on, man, 100K, that's a lot for a guy who's got a baby on the way, and they need that. That's food on the table, but they need to be held accountable. Put them at the post-fight press conference. They need to be held accountable and explain, why was this the decision you made? You see, one of the scores was like, you gave 4 rounds to Homeboy. How do you come up with that? Even at worst, 3-2. You might give Homeboy the 2nd round. At worst. He took the 3rd round, but he got fucked up. And even the round 4.
Round 4
I think these nuts gave it to fucking Homeboy. I'm like, but you need to put them on the post-fight press conference, sit down and let them explain themselves. They need to explain them. No, but
Yo,
that's
I called up. I don't know if you saw from last week. I called up Jeff Mullen of Nevada. I called up Mike Mazzulli of the ABC and the Mohegan Tribe Commission.
Yeah.
And I called Andy Foster of California.
Yeah.
And I think they're the 3 most influential commissioners in the game.
Yeah.
Andy, to his credit of California, who I think is the gold standard, said, you can talk to any one of my guys after a fight. But that's California.
Yeah.
Jeff Mullen was not willing to let me talk to anyone. I specifically said, can I speak to Chris? Can I ask him
They're being
questions?
protected.
Why are they being protected? And then Mike says, I'll put it on the agenda for the next ABC commission, but he's like, look, I need to protect these guys. They don't make that much, this and that. I'm like, yo, just because they don't make that much, it doesn't mean, like, you are in the most powerful chair in the game, right?
Facts,
it's the 3 of you, and you're affecting people's lives. Everyone has to answer these questions.
Facts.
To be honest, I don't even care about Dana's thoughts on the scorecards. It's not his problem.
Yeah.
He's not the one the one dude who actually has a say in the matter gets off scot-free. That doesn't make any sense.
Blows my mind.
In no other sport does this happen. Even in the NBA, when there's a controversial call, they send one reporter.
Really?
So what they do is they pool reporter. And this is what I offered to him. I said, a pool reporter, right? So you pick one media member every event. You don't want all of us to pepper you, fine. But let's say you say, like, Oscar Willis, all right? Oscar Willis is going to go to the back after this event at T-Mobile, and he's going to talk to the judges. And then he's going to type it up, and then he disseminates it. And then he says, all right, why did you score round 4 that way? And at least we have an explanation.
Yeah, I just
as opposed to us sitting. Yes.
Yeah, I want to know, how did you come up with this in round 4 when Kai dominated the guy? How did you decide?
Just let us know.
I'm going to give it to Homeboy. How? I want an explanation. So that way, even if you somehow miraculously like explain it and it makes sense, we'll be like, okay, now we know how you came to that realization. But then again, if this happens, what's gonna do is gonna change the way people judge fights. It's gonna make sure they're actually like watching the fight.
Accountability.
And knowing it, being held accountable. And some of them don't even train. They don't even train. It's like, what the fuck? How are you gonna, and they're from boxing, a lot of them as well.
The old
so this kind of grandfathered in. Look,
open scoring.
Change is, verdict. I think verdict is the way to go.
You like verdict?
I like verdict because I don't think.
But that's fans.
Yeah, but they haven't gotten it wrong yet.
Yeah, I know.
Think so.
I mean, it's the masses. But what about open scoring?
Open scoring as the round by round, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, that's not a bad idea because at least even the fighter can see or know what's happening.
Imagine Kai found out after the 4th round, right? At least then he's doing a little more in the 5th, trying to go for he has to.
But even the fact that has to happen, how can someone score that round for a homeboy? And it's just like, if that was happening, I was in a fight and that happened to me. Look, if I've never had a fight where it's like, 95% of people thought I lost that fight. If it was me, as a man, maybe not as I'm being interviewed, maybe at the post-fight press conference, I'd be like, look, I know I can beat this guy. I know in my heart I can beat this guy. But tonight, I didn't beat this guy. He won the fight, and I feel like the judges got it wrong. I feel like if I did that my stock would go up. People would respect me because I was honest about it. But no one's going to do that. They're going to find a way to try and justify their win. But still, it irks me, it's annoying, and it's sad. It's just sad because, again, these is livelihoods of great men. And because I know him as my boy, he's my brother, I love him. So it's like, you're fucking up his legacy. But seeing him be okay, it was kind of like what happened after my fight with, you, Andrew, my family. Everyone's seeing like, oh, he's fine. Okay, cool. Because I sent Kai a video right after, like before he even walked out the cage or as he walked out the cage, I was just like, look, brother, you won that fight, da-da-da-da. I sent him so much love. He sent me one an hour later. And then I saw him with Jordy, Andre, and Eugene at dinner, and then went to some after party. And seeing him okay made me feel okay. I was kind of like, okay, he's fine. But it just pissed me off because, again, great man, great guy, about to be another like a father again, and it's like you're taking food off his table, and you also, again, that's another road to the title he was on. So now he has not start from square one, but like a little step back. I feel like his stock still went up because the world knows he won that fight. Back to Miami if we can. Let's go. I love Miami, and Miami loves me. It's a tremendous place. Yes, I mean, Messi's coming. I mean, it's on fire. Yeah. Eugene was telling me on the Wednesday after the fight that, like, at one point he had to kind of whisper to you to calm down. Oh yeah, that was at the cage. Yeah. What was? Oh yo, I haven't seen this yet. This is from Ash. Oh look at that. I haven't seen this. I've seen it, but I haven't seen it like in real life yet. Oh, you know what's funny? I was just about to. That's crazy. You just brought that out because I was just about to ask you about the necklace. Yeah. So you're rocking the necklace. You're coming out. Oh, you mean the collar? Or the collar? Excuse me. Yeah. How are you feeling? Can you describe how you are feeling to the point where he has to tell you, your guy has to tell you, calm down. Yeah. What was this? I think Eugene, he knows me. He just has to like the leash is on, the collar's on, so he has to like, hey. So you see me, I dap everyone up, and he just grabs my shoulder. Calm down, or like he said just to chill, and I was just like, bro, I got it. He just knows I'm fired up. And even normally, I never even like acknowledge my family when I go to the cage. This time, I felt so much energy. From this side, I turn and I see Ash, I see my family, I go there, I just tap. I can't stay there too long because then it'll be overwhelming and I'll probably just start crying. But I'm a human being, so I just go there, it's like boom, 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 boom. And I see my dad, I'm just like, yeah, and I get charged up. And even he's just like, oh shit. He's never done that before. But love, man. Love is the fucking ultimate force in the universe. So I felt so much energy, so much love from this side. I had to tap in and then tap out. But Eugene just has to like, hey, you good? And I'm like, good. But what I love is when I get into the cage, I remember stepping to the cage, and I was just like, bro, this is the fucking greatest thing in the world, man. Being a fighter, like doing what we do is the fucking greatest thing. The walkout, remember when it's my fucking house, let's go. Don't know where that came from. Came from here. And I get in the cage, I'm just like, yeah. And then I was like, I think I said, it feels good in here. I just felt good. I was like, it feels familiar. It's almost like deja vu because we've done this so many times, but it feels good in here. And he goes, hey, you're a mastermind. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah. It's so good because he never say shit like that. So when he says it, it means so much more. And he's being honest. He's being honest about it. So yeah, that was one of those moments. It just felt good in there, and I felt like, yeah, it's time to go. Can you verbalize what it feels like when you drop him? It felt like nothing. I know the punch hit, but it wasn't really about the punch. It was more when I bounced off the cage. Because, I was right there and I baited him. I was like, cool. If Moses can't go to the mountain will come to Moses. And he hurt my leg. I admitted it at the post-fight press conference. Anyone watched it, and I was like, yeah, he hurt my leg. But then I switched, threw a body kick. He threw a right to the body. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bait him because he knows he's hurt me. And I know he's hurt me. So I'm just going to bait him. And already twice before, I used the shell to try and bait him. And then he caught me the first one. The second one, I missed with the hook in the right hand. So I was like, right, get close. And I'm rolling. He only got the body shot. But then when I get here, boom, pop, boom. That felt like nothing.
Wow.
But what was cool was when I bounced off the cage. I remember the speed. Boom. I felt like a vortex. Like I just went whoop, boom, and then past his legs, and then from the heavens, I put it in his throat, and yeah. Oh, that was really gay, but it's okay.
No. It was maybe one of the most gratifying moments of your career, considering the whole backstory.
Definitely. We still got more to go, but definitely. Look, I've already said this. I was like, if we fight another 10 times and he beats me all 10 times, I don't care. It's not about that. I just had to prove to myself that I can beat this guy. Because every time I fought him, first time I won that fight, judges got it wrong. Second time I was beating him, then he got me. Third time, again, MSG, I was beating him, then he got me. And I'm like, same with Eugene, we know we can beat this guy. But he just has that spirit. He's a great fighter. He's honestly, he's a cool guy. I like his story. And even in Brazil when he knocked me out, I was like, that's a cool story for him. It's a really cool story for him. But I just knew I could beat this guy. So I just had to put it on myself. I put so much pressure on myself that last camp. I went to some place. Even David, my brother, seen me when I hurt my leg. He saw me. You were there when we leaving the house when after I hurt my leg.
Oh, in training.
Yeah, and then like I'm on the couch, and then David said goodbye, and he said I had my hoodie up, and I was just like, and then he started to like well up, and then he went home. He was stressed out because he saw what really happened. I really had to go to some dark places, and I did that for myself. I went in my hole and I just did my thing, and I had to do that because I knew this is my shot, and I put that pressure on myself because I was like, I'm never gonna let my story be written like this, be like, oh, he's the greatest ever, but he could never beat that guy, So I made sure I put it on myself to beat this guy, and I did.
Were you close to pulling out?
No, it was too close to the fight. I was like, nah. So we did some things. I think, did we do cortisol or something? I can't remember now, but like, yeah. Not pulling out, no, but it was that bad. It was really bad though.
And how's it now?
Oh, we're good. Gravy now, yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, I heal really fast. I got that fucking healing factor like Deadpool.
The celebration, which is obviously much talked about, but like,
It's cold, man.
Do you really think of that on the spot, or did you?
I had a few. There was
How do you even think of that in a moment?
The shower, bro. I'm not thinking of it in the moment. Like in the shower, when I visualize things, I visualize things to the point where I can feel it. I can really, like, if you use the brain, the mind is so powerful, the imagination is so powerful. So when I visualize things, I can feel it. I can smell it. That's why you see that scene in the hotel, in the movie when I was in the hotel, I want a shower that I can do laps in.
Yeah.
So that way I can move around and do things. Because when you it's a matrix. That's like the white space in the matrix in the movie? That's what the shower is to me. I can create whatever I want to, and you have the purest element, water runneth over you, and you can just go anywhere you want to. So I had a few celebrations or like few things, not like I'm planning it, but as I visualize, it becomes actualized, So that's why when it happened, it was like, even he caught a cool photo where I was just like, backstage. Cause I was like, when I drop him, I'm just gonna fucking put it in his chest.
Oh, this is pre-fight?
Yeah, you got that photo, yeah, when I put the arrows in him, but yeah, so I got up straight away and I just and I didn't even mean to do 3.
That's
it just happened.
Part.
And also my dance background as a dancer, character in Krump is like, you can play different characters, And for me, I just became, I took his whole shit.
It was incredible.
Like now bow and arrow is synonymous with me.
And then you do the callback to the sun.
Yeah.
When do you notice the sun is in the arena?
When you walk out, that's why I say this is the coolest job in the world, because as you're walking out, you're so hyper aware. You see everything. I can see all the way in the rafters, like in the nosebleeds. I can see everything. It's like just hyper aware, hypersensitive to everything. So as I walk in, I don't make eye contact with anyone or anything. I knew where everyone was. Mike, Trump, his family, my family. I knew where his sons were. I knew where they were straight away. So I think I went to Eugene, talked to Eugene first, but then I was just like, right, where is he? And look, it's no beef. I wasn't like for the last 6 years like fuck, I'm gonna get this kid. My bad.
No problem.
Sorry, Izzy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like that, but it was just like, yeah, I just knew I'm gonna get him. Because when it happened, like I said, look, if my son did that to someone I just knocked out, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Apologize to that, man. I'll make sure, because I didn't raise you that way. And then when he's in the car making fun of a light of it with his son and they're talking shit, it's like, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, bet. That'll keep. I just noted that. So, look, it's not too personal, but at the same time, it's just business.
One of the great post-fight interviews of all time. Holy smokes. That came from the shower too? Fucking hell.
It's not like I knew what I was gonna say, like word for word. All I knew when I was in the shower, when I visualized winning, I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so happy that I was just like, man, this is a week before the fight. I'm in the shower at the house we was at, but I remember just feeling so happy. I was like, I just wish everyone could feel this, how happy I am right now. That's all I wanted to say. So the rest as well, player one, just the vessel, just came out. And then when I play it back, I feel like a rapper. I'm like, and that's why even fucking the Munchkin was like, oh, nah, we all have these recited, da-da-da. I was like, you might do that, but you ain't a freestyler like me. It's different.
Wait, which Munchkin?
You know the one.
Which one? Fucking
Cejudo. He was saying that. Yeah.
He was saying that?
Yeah, something like, when you see his reaction, I like it. He's great. I appreciate his skills, and I think he's a great fighter, but he just has to appreciate greatness as well on this side.
He was hating?
Big time. Everyone's seen it. You go on his fucking Instagram, you go on his YouTube, because I take receipts, and I'm just like, why are you not appreciating the greatness? And I met him in Melbourne. We had fun. It was cool. We was partying, so I thought he was a cool guy. Then he started going to Alex, and it doesn't matter. Shout out to him. He's cool.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
I know he's probably sad about his last fight, but it's whatever.
But by the way, speaking of the celebration, like you brought Chuck and Tito together.
That was magic. It just happened on stage.
Do you have moments there where you're like, how the hell?
That's why, look, and Chuck's on Alex's side, you know?
Yeah, that's right, with Glover, yeah.
Yeah, with the pit and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. A legend's a legend to me, and Chuck is one of those dudes that brought the game to where it is today. When he was in his heyday, doing his thing, bruh, and then having Tito there as well, and then having both of them on stage partying with us.
That's crazy.
Waving.
Those dudes are like mortal enemies.
No, but it's movie shit, isn't it? It's life.
Yes.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Is it true you didn't take a shower for 4 days?
That's a lie.
That's a lie, because you said...
But I think I took a shower, not right after. I went to the after party Sunday morning, like 2 a.m., go to the club. Then Sunday night, went to Tootsie's, upstairs getting shoulder rubs, you know, the vibes.
Is that a dessert place?
Yeah, something like that. Tootsie Rolls or something crazy. Yeah.
Sundays.
Yeah. But then, so that was 2 nights. So then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I just stayed in my room. And I went out maybe once a day outside. I'd smoke a joint and I'd leave the door open just because I could still vibe with everyone. They can come to my room or whatever, but I was just in my bed because I just needed to like center myself. But yeah, I did have a shower on Monday, not 3 days after.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that. But
Thank you.
You like, I don't know how you come down from that. Meaning,
So I didn't for a while. David told me, I think 2 weeks after he finally had his like crack. I've heard this is a postpartum blues, weddings, people who get married, holidays, people have it. So yeah, but when you do what we do for a job, it's crazy, man. You're up here and it's just so much stimulus, so much attention, everyone also taking your energy. So for me, I had to replenish myself. So I didn't come down for a while until last week.
Last week?
Finally. So it's like, so I'm up here right after the fight, boom, I'm up here, I'm floating, I'm up, I'm just, life is lifing. Then I just slowly, I know I have the tools to adjust to my life. First thing I did when I got back home, go to the gym. I thank my teammates, give them all hugs, say what's up, appreciate them. Right after that, I go straight to Good Dog Training out in West Auckland, and I go grab my dog Toothless. And
that's his name?
Her name's Toothless. Yeah.
Toothless, okay.
Yeah. This is Millie. Millie, he's gone RIP to my boy.
Respect.
And Toothless, she's my only one now, but then COVID made my palace slow down the build, so she has to stay with Ryan, who's at Good Dog Training, and she just gets to socialize with other dogs and, you know, learn how to be a good dog. And yeah, I grab her and I go grab some sushi, go to the park, take my shoes off. And best thing is because she doesn't give a fuck who Stylebender is. She's like, hey, my boy's back. So she wants to hang out. So I hung out with her for like 2 days. And then if people try to like, oh, can I take, I'm like, because you know, everyone's excited. Yeah. So I'm okay. Thank you so much though, I appreciate it. And they respected it. They understood. They're like, oh, he just wants to be with his dog, you know? And we just walked around, went to the beach, chilled. and just center myself. So I have the tools to bring myself back down. So after that, then I go to Sydney for the fucking fitness expo. I'm up again, and the Melbourne, we'll come back down, and then Puerto Rico.
Oh.
And then, so instead of doing this, but after Puerto Rico, I could feel myself like, right, oh shit, I'm about to crash. And then I slowly just, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I just, same thing, just stayed in the house, didn't go anywhere. And that's just to like, bring myself back to me. Cause no one teaches you how to be famous, man. It's crazy. And again, you saw some of the bits in the documentary, like when I talked about my house and people coming and knock my door. Isn't that crazy how that just
is
like,
insane.
we didn't plan that. Like that's just life.
People ringing your doorbell to
Yes.
ask for a photo, but that doesn't happen anymore, right? Because
I live in a different place where
Sure.
if you're in front of my house, you have to be there. You have permission to be there.
Right.
Because it's a
Can
gated.
you even walk alone now?
I do. I'm still outside. I'm in the streets, you know. Sometimes when I go to events or concerts or if I want to go out, maybe dinner at the club, I might have my big brother Poli or Ike or whoever with me to shadow me. But I'm still in the streets. I still walk around. People say, what's up? But I think me now, I just know how to say no and I don't care. People don't, oh, just one, bro. They don't understand. You know at the beach, if you feed one seagull, they, mine, that's what it is. And I've had that happen so many times. And they think, oh, bro, just one, please, just one. And they don't think, it's not just one, because there's already like 5 people looking at you.
Right.
And when they see I take a photo with you, they'll be like, oh, can I get one too? And then I have to say yes to everyone. So now I just say, I'm okay, thank you. Oh, bro, can I get a, and also, it's the entitlement. If it's manners and respect, shout out to this kid Huey at the fights.
I saw him.
Teofimo. He was really
with the
polite.
watch?
Nigga got a fucking
Yeah.
whole Richard Mille on him. I was like, oh shit. Man want to flex on me. But yeah, manners and respect will get you a long way. And even with manners and respect, if I still say no, it's my body, my choice. I can say no and that's okay. Back in the day, I try and explain why I'm saying no. But now I'm just like, I'm okay, thank you. And it's not like a no, fuck off. It's just like, I'm in a rush or I might just not be in the mood. I might have just woken up. I might look raggedy. Some of my Uber drivers sometimes, Uber Eats. Fuck,
Yeah.
Uber Eats is the devil, man. But like, they'll come over, it's because I spend so much on it. But like, they'll come over and then like, oh, and can I get a photo? I'm like, bro, I'm in a fucking, look at me. Do I look ready for a photo right now? But I'll be like, brother, I'm okay, thank you though, I really appreciate it. But if I take a photo with them, I'll take a photo. If I have the time, if I have the patience, if I feel like it, I will. But again, it's my choice. And oh, but we support you, we're fans, yeah. But you're fickle. I love you, but at the same time, meh.
And so after the fight, I spoke to Eugene, and he was like hinting at 10 weeks, we come back.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, oh, Vancouver needs a main event. And then I was looking at the landscape, and it was right there. You versus DDP, it was right there.
I try to make it happen. I talked to Dana. I was trying to make it happen actually in July.
For July 8th?
Yeah, maybe not then, like late July, I think.
For Utah?
Yeah, somewhere. But I was just saying, I want to do it in the Death Star, because it would have been big. I just felt like it's. I don't want to recycle. I want new
So
heads.
could we talk about the DDP thing for a
course,
moment?
yeah.
Okay, so because I got some shit for this.
What?
I think that fight makes a lot of sense, and there's a story there.
Yeah.
I personally, this is me, I didn't love some of the things that were being said by him and his team, and so I had,
What did it say?
you know, we'll find out who the real African is and all that stuff.
Okay, I'll say this again. I never questioned his ethnicity. I never said he's not African, even though colonization, we don't want to go over there and all that stuff.
Yeah,
he is an African because he was born in South
course.
Africa. And I never questioned that. But the fact that he was being a dickhead and, oh, we do be who the real African is, you know, I breathe African air, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, how the fuck are you going to question me, Francis, and Kamaru's blackness, our Africanness? Like, who the fuck are you? So I had to put that out there and just I want to educate him.
So he said it first.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah,
You ever heard of Ancestry and Me?
of course.
If you do Ancestry and Me on me, I know where the fuck I'm from. If you do it on him, he'll find out where the fuck he's from. And I'll tell you, it wouldn't say South Africa. I'll tell you that it wouldn't say South Africa if you do Ancestry and Me or whatever thing, because they'll tell you where the fuck he's from. He'll know his real heritage. I know who the fuck I am, and I stand on that. No matter where in the world I am, you can take the boy out of Africa, but you can never take Africa out of the man. So I know that, and I never questioned him as an African. So who the fuck is he to question me as an African? I'm gonna manifest him winning this fight in the first round, and when he does, I'm gonna be right there in the cage so he can turn around in September. No bullshit, no, I'm hurt, this and that. Nope, we're gonna fight in Sydney in September. If it's Rob, it's Rob, whatever. But I already got a plan for Rob if it's Rob. But I really, 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 wallahi, Ọlọ́run, hope it's DDP. Because I will show him who the fuck I am.
There's a different type of energy that comes out of you when you talk about him. I saw the video.
Yeah, I just felt it now.
Yeah, well, I saw the video with your brother, and you were calling him some names too, and then people are like, yeah, which
and what?
Listen, I'm not going to get into all of that.
Nah, but it's funny. I don't care.
But
I'll call him a nigga too. He's a bitch.
So my thing was, why didn't they just book that fight? It's right there.
Talk to Dana. You got his number.
Let me just DM him real quick. I don't know. He hasn't responded in like 7 years.
Really? No way. Why?
No, it's just one of those things. Look at you sniffing. Look at you trying to get those clickbait.
I got the nostrils, man. Look at me.
But do you understand why? It's like right there. And you're putting him against a real tough guy who could very well beat him.
Yeah, it is what it is. But, the UFC sometimes, they have their own plans, and it's okay. But it's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen regardless. And funny enough, we've trained together before.
You sparred?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Yeah, I whooped his ass. He just wrestle fucked me in the first round. And
how long ago?
Years ago. I was in China. I went to Thailand for like a little. You have to leave China for I think a week to renew your visa or whatever. So I went to Thailand for a little while, and then I think he's a twin. I'm pretty sure he's a twin. He was nice. He was a cool kid. So yeah, even in the UFC, when he came to the UFC, I was actually supportive. I was like, oh, another African in the UFC. Yes, I swear you can find this online on my YouTube, I'm sure. I was like, oh, another African in the UFC. This is cool. So the fact that he came out on the thing and started to like be braggadocious and question me, I was like, who the fuck is this cunt? So yeah, but wallahi, when that happens, man, I don't torture him.
It's personal.
Yeah, not really like personal, like
it feels personal when you talk about him like this.
Yeah, no, it's more about history. It's more about my people. It's more about who the fuck do you think you are? Have you done your research on how the fuck you got to Africa? Do you know who the fuck you are? I don't think he knows who the fuck he is, but I'll remind him who the fuck he is.
So are you 100% fighting on that Sydney card?
90%. But again, the UFC is the UFC. Sometimes they got their own plans, but it's okay. We can talk, and I have a good relationship with them, so yeah, we're cool.
Well, what worries me about that is that the fight is in July, and this is 2 months later.
That's why I said it's going to be first round. Dricus fucks him up somehow by some magic, some juju.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen, and then...
You believe he does that? To Rob?
Nah, it's a hard ask, but again, player one, you can make things happen. I'll pray on this. I'll pray on this and make it happen.
And what is your plan for Rob? You said you have a plan for Rob.
I'll tell you when it happens.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe in July, if he wins. Because I have to make it interesting for myself.
Sure.
Yeah, this is just boring.
So you have like a new stipulation that you want to put on this fight? 205? What is it? Something?
Nah.
What could this stipulation be?
You're such a nosy guy.
Well, I mean, it's a natural question that I feel like if someone's watching right now, like, what could you do?
You'll see. Stay tuned.
Triple threat match?
Ooh,
Hell in a Cell.
You just fucking do it. That was cool.
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, fucking bring everyone in.
But how do you even get motivated for that fight?
I have my ways. I know me. I know I'm a dog I'm a workhorse, and I'm a dog who likes to have incentives. So I have an incentive for myself that will make it really, really interesting, and I'll be able to get him out of there.
Wow. Do you think he would deserve it?
He's a cool dude. I was with him in Perth. We're cool. We're cordial. And I was just like, look, I respect you. And he's like, I respect you. And we had like a nice interaction. But then, obviously, when someone whoops your ass twice, trust me, I know. You wanna get it back. So it's always there. But the respect's there. I do like him. He's cool. But when it's time to fight, we're gonna fight. And last time he got off scot-free because of Eugene. Eugene pulled me back. I was
in Houston.
I was southpaw. I was fucking him up. I dropped him in the first round. I was about to go in. Eugene Knight in the second round just told me to chill because he wanted to stick to the game plan. Again, the first fight we fought, I didn't use the game plan, but I called an audible, and then my team's so great, we're able to just do it on the fly because it's working so cool. I was countering with hooks, hitting him from different angles that we didn't really plan on, but it was just working. I'm a freestyler, so yeah, I was gonna freestyle in the second fight, but then Eugene was like, yeah, yo, chill, champ. So I was like, oh, fine, and then I carried him to the finish line. It's whatever.
What about Strickland?
What about him?
Like, if he wins this fight, could he...
Was he fighting?
Fucking dude, Bruce or something. Yeah, I mean, that's...
Exactly. That's it. Who's he fighting?
Yeah, but, like, there's... I don't know. I'm trying to find fresh faces for you.
That's me. I do like Strickland. I'd like to give him a little 1-2 for my shoe. But...
He's training with Alex. You hear that?
I heard... Did Alex call him a retard or something?
I don't know about that.
I saw a quote, or maybe it was a fake news. Instagram. Might have been. Whatever. Train with Alex. He knocked you out anyway, so that's whatever. But Strickland, It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I think the build-up will be fun. You know, he's talking about anime porn or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
yeah. And?
And why not, Alex?
Pereira.
Yeah. It'd be gigantic.
I know. If he wins the belt at 205, I'll do it again. But if not, I think he's done with it. I'm done with it. It's like everyone else wants to see it, but it's like we're moved on. You know, it's life.
You think he could beat Jan?
We talked. I met him at the airport, bro. Fucking video game shit.
Who, Jan?
Alex.
No, I know. Oh,
Yeah.
I was saying, do you think he could beat Jan? Of course
Me? Yeah.
No, not you. Him. He's fighting Jan.
I think he might knock him out.
You think Alex will knock out Jan?
Might. So we talked about it at the airport. Like,
Oh,
so,
you actually talked to him about it?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I thought it was just the stuff that we saw. There was more.
Y'all gotta realize, don't just
know,
believe the internet.
I-
The
well, I
internet
mean,
will
it's
show
what you guys put out.
Yeah, exactly. But you gotta understand that things happen. Jeff was not there, so he wasn't able to capture it.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
But afterwards, when we go through the security thing, then I see him and I was like, Jan, and then limited language barrier, but we talked for about maybe a good 2 minutes or so. And I gave him some advice on how to handle Jan. Wow. And we had the same idea, like, he's gonna knock him out. But I warned him, I was like, look, just be careful because he knows your striking is really good, so he's gonna be patient with you like he was with me. What we expected him to do, he didn't do because great striker. So, excuse me. He had the same idea, but I feel like if Jan doesn't take him out, he's gonna knock him out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever fight him again?
If he wins the 205 belt, maybe.
But like, do you foresee it? Not like
if he wins the 205
only if,
belt.
but like that means you think he wins the 205 belt and then like at some point before your careers are all said and done, do you think you ever fight this guy again?
If I'm gonna bet money on it,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Because 205, I've been there. It's hard. It's no easy task. But yeah, if he wins the 205 belt though, and they might give him a fast track like they did with me, and then they're gonna have a magic, crazy, fucking epic fight, you know, at 205 with me and him, then that'll be also the 5th time.
Yeah, crazy.
Isn't that wild?
And just a few more minutes here. I know you have to go to. You're going to Schultz. Do you have
I do. Yeah, all right, yeah.
Schultz. He's not. I mean, he's
Bro,
not a big deal.
come on, man. I saw you guys last night. You guys were all buddy doing nosy nosies.
He's the best. He's the best. I just do that.
You guys say
He's
what's up.
number one. I love Schultz. He's the man. He just sold out Toronto 2 nights. Shout out to him.
I love him. I love him. He's the man. Yeah, I'm gonna go do Flagrant after this. So yeah.
No, it's good. You go to the A side first.
See what he did there.
But I'm just curious. The thing with John Jones kind of annoyed me.
Which one?
Because I heard you on Impulsive.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a joke.
You thought it was a joke, which is fine. But then I almost feel like, okay, and then you had to come to terms with the quote, fine. And then it was just a throwaway real, recognized real that you said, right? Then every single Instagram quote thing, article, the beef has been squashed. I was like, yo, if you actually listened to the interview, you really were just kind of like, I correct me if I'm wrong, I felt like you weren't even sure what to make of it all because you're like, my whole life this guy and I have been at odds, and now all of a sudden you're going to tell me I'm his favorite fighter?
No, it's not at odds. Yeah, I've never had a conversation with this guy, ever. So how am I gonna have, what do you call it? Like I don't want to say friendship, like a buddydom with someone I've never talked to. Yeah, we've beefed. I don't like him, he doesn't like me, but we respect each other's skills. And I was a fan before even in the UFC. He was the youngest heavyweight champion or youngest UFC champion, did great things. I followed his career, then he called me out and I was like, the fuck, what did I do to you? And then same thing, I went back at him and we went back for a little bit on Twitter, which was fun, but you know, the story's not over. Yeah.
You think that happens? I was saying a couple of weeks ago on the show that I think it would be the biggest fight in current UFC history, like the biggest fight that they can make.
I mean, Anderson Silva, GSP.
Never happened.
John Jones, Anderson Silva.
Never happened.
Exactly. Sometimes we don't always get what we want. But those fights, I felt like would have been some of the biggest fights in history. We don't always get what we want, but we get what we get. And right now, where we're at, it's another one of those ones like me and Alex is like, ugh, we're over it. I think you guys are more hard about it than we are. We're kind of just like, okay.
You and Jones?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, you guys, I can see you're hard right now.
I'm not. What?
Look at your nipples.
I'm just saying, like the Jackson wink.
Yeah.
You know, he used to do that.
Sure, shout out to my boy.
Yeah. I just think it would be, I mean, you're just so popular right now, both of you. He's coming off the win.
Who's he fighting next? He's fighting,
TBD, but Stipe.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was on The Rocks or something.
Well, the thing is, it's like Dana's now trying to do the Tyson fight. But that
yeah, they've been talking about. I saw Tyson in Melbourne.
Yeah. How'd that go?
It was cool. He's a cool guy. Big energy. Motherfucker tried to roast me about my shoes when I was leaving. He's like, "What are those?" At the hotel lobby. I was like, "They're Yeezys." I had the Yeezy slides on.
Okay.
But he's funny. He's a cool guy. Good energy, very bubbly, big dude. But even when we're talking shit, give him a little sneaky knee in the gut.
There you are, right over
Just
there.
let him know. Yeah, so right after this, and he's talking shit, and I just held him, framed, a little something. But I think, if anyone can do it, he can. He can. I even felt like jump in the cage. Look, all this shit about you got to come to boxing, you got to come to boxing. I don't know why everyone does that. Look, we even Bellew was saying, like, don't fuck around these MMA guys. Like, we all know what real fighting is. Even as a kickboxer, I wouldn't have just jumped in the UFC without learning other martial arts to learn how to counteract or beat them at their own game. So let's not be silly here. In a fight, we know what would happen if, example, I fought some big time boxer. We understand in a fight. And also, like I said, Tyson, he's got good skills. The gloves are different. If he learns how to sprawl, he could do some damage.
What about our boy Big Francis? What has happened to Big Francis? I mean, what he did, all the hate that he was getting.
Yeah,
what do you make of how this all?
I'm proud of him because his story is very unique from before the UFC. Very unique. And he's paving his own way, signed with the PFL. The story's not over yet. I think everyone needs to chill. Everyone needs to chill and just watch. Because, again, I didn't like how ONE FC tried to come out and say, oh, we're withdrawing from the deal to try and, like, save face. Because Francis was honest to them about what was going on. Like, can you guys match this offer? So, yeah, then the clickbait shit, oh, Francis made a big mistake. I'm like, everyone wants to be first. Even after this last fight, I didn't speak to no one for weeks. And then I finally went and did my first episode of Young Man Rumble on Freestyle Bender. And then I explained how I was feeling, but I wanted to sit down with myself first with my own thoughts and process what happened because it was such a monumental moment in my career, in my life, that I was like, let me just see how I feel. So in this day and age, I feel like, especially the journalists, no one has to be first, but just try and be honest, I feel, yeah.
I hate that it feels like people are rooting for him to fail. It feels like everyone's rooting to say, I told you he fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying just chill, understand and watch. This is a guy, what he's done in his life before the UFC. If you know his story, listen to him on JRE, his story, how he got to where he is. Then you understand this is not a guy that just quits. He never just quits. And again, look, Dana said some stuff in the past. Women will never fight in the UFC. It's on video. Look where we are now. Francis will never fight in the UFC again. I think he might do what he does and come back. And then they'll pay him what he deserves, what he's earned. Because they fucked him for a long time.
Him and Nate. I think Nate comes back too.
Yeah, of course. No, Nate will be back. He's still got the McGregor fight and all the big fights as well. He's the G. He can do whatever he wants. And even Dana said he's always got a home at the UFC.
Now, what about you and WWE? Now that they're under the same umbrella, even Paul Heyman called you out yesterday.
What?
You see this shit?
No, my dad said, he sent something in the family group chat. Wait, what did I do?
Look. We have it right here. I didn't even see it. My guy GC showed it to me.
Well, what did I do?
Can you read that? I can't even read.
It's too far away.
Like he said, let me read this right here. He said, Mr. Helwani, while this great champion is in your studio tomorrow, please be sure to have him acknowledge the tribal chief. Respectfully, Paul Heyman, wise man and special counsel.
The tribal chief?
That is Roman Reigns.
Oh, now he came after, I left. Not left, after I stopped watching the UFC.
Now he's a man, 1,000+ days as champ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he hasn't lost.
I know who he is. He got the long hair, big tattoos, handsome dude.
Yeah.
What did I do?
I don't know. Did you talk smack?
No. Paul Heyman, I know he was Brock Lesnar's manager for a long time. I seen him get fucking body slammed a few times.
F5'd.
F5'd.
But now that they're
how do I
under
respond to this? What do I do? Fuck. If I see him, I'll get a steel chair and take it to his head or some shit.
You in WWE, I think, would be tremendous.
The only thing is, I like to be the author of my own story. I'll do a couple cameos, I'll come from under the ring or whatever, or just appear in a thing, whatever, I don't know. But to be a guy that is in there and then have someone write my story and I'm this, I'm that, I feel like it's not my forte. But I'll do a few cameos. Also, I want to go to a WrestleMania. Me and my family are going to go to a WrestleMania one time. And that's a fact.
WrestleMania 40 next year, Philly.
Do it, yeah. In Philly.
Yeah.
I've been to Philly. Yeah, I'll go.
Well, now I asked this because you're all under the same umbrella now.
Yeah, I'll do it, but it's not going to be after this UFC fighting, I'm going to go.
Have you ever been to a wrestling show?
No, that's the thing.
Never?
David went to some hardcore ones with the, forgive me. The something brothers, Waka Waka.
The Dudley Boys?
No, 2 seconds. Raka Raka Boys, the Raka Raka Brothers. I met
Raka
them.
Raka Brothers.
Yeah, Michael and his brother.
Is this like an indie show?
No, they're big time directors. Oh, I can't even.
Directors?
I think I might have said too much.
Oh, shit, okay.
Fuck. But anyway, they went to this fucking crazy thing in New York where they were like hardcore wrestling. There's no ring.
Oh, wow.
I see people breaking light bulbs.
Oh, that's crazy
on
shit.
other people's head. And then even one of them, I think Michael, he showed me when he was flying off a table or ladder onto a guy on a table and he had this big gash on his back. Crazy shit. I think for me it's just, I like where I'm at, but I don't think it's something I'm gonna do and pursue, but I'll do a little bit. Also even seeing Logan hanging out with him, it was a picture of him and Roman Reigns. Yeah, and it was like he was flying.
Yes.
It's a cool picture. And he said that was the highest he ever did it. Even in training, never got that high. So yeah, I'll do something like that, but it's not gonna be a staple for me.
Okay, I love the fact that your dad saw that.
My dad watches everything.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was just like an Instagram
Everything.
story.
Yeah.
He's
He
everywhere.
sees everything. So he'll send it to me. And then that's how, like, I don't follow no MMA pages really anymore unless the ones I really like. Because a lot of them are just like dorks in their mom's basement. I've met some of them. And
You have?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not so bad. I don't know if you include me in that
No,
category.
you're not. No.
Okay.
But I still
There's
follow you
Oh, I appreciate that.
for now.
Oh, fuck, really?
joking.
Damn.
Nah, I'm joking, man.
Okay, shit. I get nervous, you
bro,
know?
relax. I got you.
get nervous. Can we end
Since
on...
day one. You
Since
know me,
day one.
I ain't switched up. The
You said something really cool to me last night.
What did I say?
You probably don't remember because it was 1,000 people there wanting your attention, but you met my wife, which, by the way, first time we've done anything together in 12 years. Did you hear that
Thank
part?
you told
First
me,
movie
yeah.
that we went together alone since 2011. We haven't been in the theater alone together.
Go babysitters, everything.
Babysitters.
You guys went straight home. You went
Straight home because in the middle of the movie, the babysitter was like, "Your daughter's going nuts because she woke up saying where because we never leave.
Yeah.
It's either I go and so she missed. She's never been to a World MMA Award thing.
Thank you.
She's never been to
I,
anything.
know, I appreciate that
Yeah.
because, you know,
On a Sunday.
family time. Yeah,
yeah.
Thank you so much.
We had such a great night. Like we were driving back and we were like, that was so much fun. We need to do that more type of thing.
I think you guys should. Like, it's important as a married. I'm not married, but as a couple, like, spend that time together.
Yes.
Just because your parents and you work, I'm sure she's a hardworking woman as well. Like, curb that time. Also, your kids, they'll be fine. They'll survive. They'll survive. But even just one, on a Sunday, just go be kids again. Go crazy in New York.
We go wild out at Marquee. But the thing I was saying was like you said to me, I didn't change. Because you remember at the beginning when we first met, I always said, you're going to change at some point because they all change. And they never come on the show and they say they're going to come and they respond within seconds. And you said that to me last night. You said, see, I didn't change.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, obviously you're a million times more famous now, but it's the same dude.
Yeah, same energy. I've evolved. I feel evolution is part of life. You evolve or die. I've evolved, but I keep the same energy no matter what. Even some of the boys I brought over, like I invited to my premiere, were some of the people when I first came to New York. They made the experience awesome. David, Chris, Cormac, even Rude Boy was there. You know, Nels. They made my experience in New York awesome. So I invite them just because it's part of my story as well. So yeah, I keep the same energy no matter what. If you're good to me, I'm good to you.
But you walk out here now with, as opposed to the way you walked out the last time. Like I feel like now there's like a freedom to you. You got the monkey off your back.
Oh,
you
with
can move
Alex,
on. You
yeah.
can just move on with your life.
Yeah.
I feel like that's over now. You could no.
It's over, but you know, never say never. It's over. Like if I see him, it's cool. Like it's respect. It's always respect. People, I don't know why people think like we're just gonna see each other at the airport and just like, whatever. Nah, we're professionals. We're not getting paid millions to fight in the airport. You know, I feel like the respect's it. When you've spent that much time preparing to fight someone and you fought them that many times in 2 different combat sports, it's something that forever we're always gonna be intertwined. In our legends, in our stories individually, it's always going to intertwine at some point. So it's always respect. But again, he can get it whenever.
Usually the fans are going to get mad at me. They're going to be like, why didn't you ask him this? But we've gone way over time and you have to go. Usually when people come in studio, I play them in darts, but I've gone way too over. So we're not going to play darts.
I'm not a darts guy.
Yeah, well, I would see. That's the thing. I don't want to fuck you up in darts because I don't want to embarrass you.
I'll admit that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this has been tremendous. Congratulations on the doc last night. I can't wait for the world to see it so we can actually talk about certain things. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. Yeah. And Zoe, I mean, I honestly want to talk to Zoe too because she did a tremendous job.
Even like do a Zoom with her at some point. Like I feel like it's not just your regular MMA documentary. I feel like
she's great.
The world needs to see this, and the way she presented it, even like, the Last Dance, Michael's sitting there talking to the camera.
There she is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, there
Zoe,
she is.
the awesome Zoe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I feel like this is different. Like me in the caravan, didn't know.
Yeah.
I think it's
That's a great point what you just made. There wasn't a lot of talking head interviews.
Yeah.
Right? It's just your brother,
It's
your
real.
mom and dad, but that's like snippets.
Yeah.
The most like the meat is like we're in the moment with you.
Yeah.
It's not you reflecting.
And I'm practicing what I preach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tremendous, man. So congrats on that. Congrats on the fight.
Thank you.
Good luck, whatever happens in July.
Yeah.
And then Sydney, all that stuff and more. Much love to you and the team. Much
Bless
love
you,
to the
brother.
family. Thank you for
As
always
always,
coming.
as
I
always.
appreciate it. And if you want this,
No, you have it. No.
you can have it.
No.
When Connor came in studio, he took a toy from the desk
Really?
too.
No. That needs to be there.
It's right there by my side. Like I
Bless
said.
you. Thank you.
There he is, Israel Adesanya. Let them know. Huh?
Adesanya.